I'm Todd Gordon, founder of tradinganalysis.com. I want to take just a couple minutes to invite you to a webinar we're going to do next Tuesday, May 13th. Specifically, we're going to talk about the state of today's trading markets. Okay, even though stocks are at all-time highs, for traders like us and even active portfolio traders, it's a little slow. It's very slow, in fact, because volatility is very compressed. And to illustrate my point, I want to look back at a speech that my personal trading hero, Paul Tudor Jones, did. And he was saying that macro trading is as difficult as he's ever seen in his career. And he's the best. Okay? He says that fundamental stories will try to get you to go one way, but then the market goes in a completely different direction. An illustration of that is, can you think of the last non-farm payroll when it was over a 200,000 addition, but yet bonds rallied sharply that day? It's exactly what we're talking about here. It's because volatility is very compressed in today's market. Specifically, what I'm talking about is a saying, trade what you see in the charts, not what you see in the fundamentals. Okay? Now, this is a market that you think is going to go one way, but goes the other way. Okay, the reason is volatility is very compressed. To illustrate my point, take a look at this chart of the US dollar index. This chart goes back 3 decades. You will see a consolidation that started in 1987 at the 87 crash and lasted through 1996. It was 3,240 days. Fast forward through the NASDAQ rally, NASDAQ crash, into the 2004 low following the housing crisis crash. The dollar entered another range. We're still in this range. It's unbelievable. 3,330 days later. So this range is longer than the last one. Okay, this tells us that the currency markets and other major asset classes are really compressed and tight and set to break out into major volatility explosion. Okay, we're looking at bonds, we're looking at currencies and commodities, and when these markets break out in the new direction, it's going to have a big impact on stocks. Okay, and in fact, to prepare for this, I just expanded the size of my team at Trading Analysis to handle the incoming business, because this is going to turn into a trader's market. So look forward to joining me on May 13th at 7 o'clock in New York. Specifically, I'm going to show you the 3 main asset classes that are set for a big break. I'm going to show you 5 key market sectors that I'm watching and ETFs that are flashing major warning signs to this kind of big risk-on rally that we've seen. I'm going to show you how to protect your portfolio, and I'm going to show you 3 specific trading strategies that I'm using that it's going to help you capture this coming volatility explosion. Okay. Also, which is pretty timely, it just so happens that I'm going to Paul Tudor Jones fundraiser in New York City this Monday. So the webinar is Tuesday, so I'll be back the next day and I'll report anything that I happen to hear at this big fundraiser, which is going to be attended by all the biggest hedge fund managers and A-list celebrities, and somehow I'm going to sneak in the back door. No, just kidding. But I'll be reporting back to you what I hear and see on Tuesday. So I look forward to seeing you in the webinar, and until then, good luck trading.